What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another YouTube video. If you are aware of the title before you clicked, which I'm sure you are, kind of a weird time for me right now as I'm even considering doing something different, because I know that in my 1-year review I said I would never get rid of this car. Now, that being said, I might not be getting rid of this car. In fact, there's a good chance that I'm not getting rid of the car. I really like doing YouTube, and as far as a YouTube perspective goes, there's not really much left to do to this car. I mean, sure, I could continue to build it as far as horsepower goes, but I'm not really into all of that. So, you know, once you've got all of the aesthetic modifications done to the car, and you have done your crank hub and, you know, your simple little performance mods as far as intakes, charge coolers, that kind of thing, I really think that there's not much left to do to this car. I mean, I could, you know, switch it up, but I really love this car and the way that it looks at the moment. I wouldn't necessarily want to change the way that this car looks just for the sake of changing it. So I don't know. I'm pondering a few different ideas, and I wanted to share them with you and maybe get some input. Now, the first and ideal change that I would like to make for myself and the YouTube channel is I would really like to maybe add an E92 M3 to my garage and keep this car. Now, that being said, the E92 market is very hot. Now, for me, I'm not looking for the cleanest spec of E92 M3, and it has to be an E92 M3. I don't want to do another sedan. I want to do a coupe. I love a coupe. I would like to find one really sub 25K, which is really hard. I don't know if you've looked at the market on those cars, but they are insanely high right now. I mean, a really nice spec'd out E92 M3 with lower mileage, very clean, taken care of, is going to cost you about the same price as an F8X, which is, I mean, I get it. People are going back to that kind of car as cars advance more and get to where we like them less. I mean, you know, a lot of EVs coming out, especially from BMW, and people don't like the sound of these new cars. They don't like, you know, 6-cylinder engines. I get it. I'm in the same boat. Now, I don't have a problem with 6 cylinders. I've always been kind of a GTR twin turbo inline 6 BMW engine as far as the N54, N55. I really just like inline 6 turbo engines. I think that they are easy to modify and they're fun. The only problem is they just don't give you that grunty, just really overpowering sound of a V8. You got a naturally aspirated V8 that revs to 8,500 or whatever it is RPMs in the E92 M3. That's just pure joy. It's pure magic whenever you feel that. And the car is not as fast as this. It doesn't perform as good, but there's something about that tactile connection that you get to a car like that. I mean, it doesn't even have to be an E92 M3. Honestly, I've just been looking at a lot of different things. I mean, like, even just like an old Porsche or even an E36 M3 I would love. Now, the only problem with that is those cars are a little bit, I think, overpriced at the moment. I mean, I know that they're classic and they're going to probably go up in price over time, especially clean models, but I just don't think that they're worth the money right now. The same with E46 M3s. I mean, a nice one of those is just out of this world, in my opinion. But that being said, I do want to find something that needs more work so I can actually use it for this channel and have something to make content about. I can keep making content with the M3. There is content to make with this F80, and I would really, really prefer keeping this car. It'll be hard, but I think that I can pull it off. I usually can. Whatever I put my mind to, usually I'm capable. It may not be on the scale of what I believe in my mind, but usually I'm capable of pulling something off. So it is a possibility. I think that the E92 M3 and the F80 M3 together would be a really cool combination to have for YouTube, and I would just love it. And to have a clean E92 M3, the V8, put a nice exhaust on it, just do like some carbon bits, really just keep it simple. And I really would like to do one where I had to do the rod bearings, the throttle actuators, and really kind of document that as best as I can for YouTube. So that's something to think about. I'll leave you guys with that. The other thing that I'm possibly thinking of, I don't know why, but I do have an itch for a new car right now. I do have an itch for something newer. I don't want to buy a brand new car, but something that is of the latest generation. And what I am thinking is possibly a G82 M4. Now, like I said, I don't want to do another sedan. I really like the coupes, and honestly, in the G8X, the M3 is really just not an option for me. No offense to anybody who has them, they look great and everything. I just think that that car looks better in a coupe. I think that the front end of that car looks more suited to a coupe rather than a sedan, and that's just my opinion. I think that this platform and the previous generation, the E9X, they look great either way you spin it. I just don't know, like I don't know what I want to do. I mean, if I get a G82, I'm going to have to get rid of this car. I cannot afford both, unfortunately, right now. You know, there's so many certain aspects to differences in these two cars, and I just have to figure out what makes sense for me, and that's kind of hard right now. That's why I was hoping to maybe get a little bit of help, maybe some opinions from you guys. I mean, the S58 is just such an insane platform. It's so easy to make power with, and usable, easy, like friendly power. You don't have to spend like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because things are going to break if you hit a certain number. And whenever I say that, I know that you can break any car without a doubt, but for the power numbers that I would be interested in, you know, it would be nothing. It would be probably, I would probably be able to make 3 or 4 videos and have the power that I want out of the G82 or the S58 platform. I don't know if I'm just like reaching here because I want a new car secretly, because I want to do something new. I really don't like the way that they look as much as I like this car, but I mean, imagine like a G82 with carbon buckets, carbon roof, maybe like a dark gray with like the white interior, the Silverstone white carbon bucket seats, just like lowered on BBS LMs or HREs or something fun. I mean, like it would be killer. I'm kind of torn right now because the price ranges on the new cars are getting more attainable for me, and it's kind of exciting. It kind of makes me think. The only thing is like this was my dream car and I've only had it for a year, but it's just really, it's really hard right now to fight my itch of wanting a new car. I could be smart and just keep this car for right now, maybe wait a little bit longer and get an E92 M3. My only fear is that the E92 M3 market is going to keep skyrocketing, and that's what I don't want to happen. I mean, I could probably in the next 6 months save enough money to buy one cash, but I'm bad with my money, guys. I like to spend on this car and I like to live a good life. So if I can figure out a way to just like thug it out for the next 6 months and save money, like I could easily buy an E92 M3, or I could go, you know, find a way to finance one right now, which I don't want to do. Pay it cash, guys. You'll be happier you did. It'll feel more fulfilling. I just think an E92 M3 on the channel would be the way for me to go, or get rid of the F80 and go get a G82 slightly used. The thing about the G82 is I don't want one new enough to have that new screen. I don't like the new screen. I know people are going to be like, I think that you'll want it eventually. I don't think so. I'm 27. I own a house. I own 2 BMWs. I'm not going to act like I'm wealthy by any means. I still got a lot to learn. But I'm not out here trying to get a $3,000 car payment. I mean, I don't want to pay $3K a month. I would have to have a good amount of money down, and it would have to be used enough to where the price isn't just, I'm not paying over, I would have to go sub $80,000 on a G82, and that's, you know, doable. You can find them, but it's not easy either. And the comparison there is just like, I think I could save up enough money to make a down payment for a G82 way, you know, attainable for me. If I had, you know, 25 grand to put down on a G82, the payment would be probably the same as this. It would be super easy to pay for. It wouldn't be stressful. So that's kind of where I'm at. I could pay $25,000 for the down payment on a G82, get rid of this, have a basically brand new car to work with, a newer car, faster car, or I could save that 25 grand and add an E92 M3 to my garage, one that needs work, one that, you know, I can do the rod bearings and the throttle actuators, and really just, you know, the interior will probably need a refresh. I can do racing seats. Like, I think it would be fun. I think it would probably be a little bit more fun than having the G82, because those cars are very, very good the way that they come. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with this. I don't know what to think or what to feel, but I'm really just in that mood, or maybe having like my world is speaking to me moment that I need to do something to spice things up. I love this car, and I would be happy if I kept it. I know I would, and I would be sad if I saw it go. Crying in those new bucket seats would be one hell of a problem to have, wouldn't it? I mean, the only things, I just don't like the front end on that car. Like, I still haven't seen one with any modifications that I actually think like, oh, that made it look way better. I mean, yeah, the CSL grill, I mean, it makes it look better, but I still don't like it. Like, I still don't love it. I feel like if you're gonna, you know, go into that kind of debt for that kind of car, you gotta love it. Like, I love this one. I love this car. And the way that it looks, this car is so beautiful to me. It's so perfect. Like, the way it looks is the perfect amount of aggressive and just sheer design. I mean, it's so beautiful. This is a beautiful car. I love this car. I would love to keep it, you know. I would love for my life to be the kind of life where I could have this, an E92, you know, a G82, whatever it may be, but it's just not. And I think that keeping this car is really the way that I would lean, and having an E92 M3. Just that thought of the G82 being a possibility is very, very tough for me to shake. Very tough. So honestly, after hearing my thoughts, I want to know what you guys think about maybe getting rid of this car and getting a new car, or maybe just saving up some money and getting an older car to go with this car that will make me happy and give me something to do. I'm not bored of this car at all. I just don't think there's a lot of content left to do with it other than vlogging content, like going to shows and all of that sort of thing. So I don't know, who knows, maybe I'll do something crazy to this one. Maybe I'll single turbo it, make it 900 horsepower, and yeah, probably not. But anyways, if you like this video, like and subscribe and comment down below. Get in the conversation with everybody on what I should possibly do, because I just don't know. I love this car, I really do. It needs a bath very badly. Yeah, anyways, follow me on Instagram, F80_Trevor, and like and subscribe. Thanks.